premiere of Star Trek was on September 8th, 1968. I was 2 years old. But in reruns, in hope, I was able to enjoy these shows that were often just thinly disguised morality plays. This is the right way to do things. This is the way to treat people. This is the way to behave uh, in order to have peace. A lot of times they showed overwhelming beings who had power so far above what the people of Star Trek had. They could just snap their fingers and have things happen and destroy things that or make things. To a lot of people, that's the power of the government. That's how much power the government has to most people. Um, and yet, when those powerful beings were wrong, childish, or behaving irrationally, or making, uh, you know, acting capriciously, the crew of the Enterprise would stand against that overwhelming, powerful being uh, doing wrong. I grew up in a world, in a environment where I was told um, by society around me that there was something wrong with me, that I was different and deserved hatred for that. I saw in the world portrayed by Gene Roddenberry difference accepted as what it was, worked with, and accepted for what they could bring to the table. And sometimes there were groups that didn't have a lot to bring to the table, but they were accepted and allowed to do what they could. There were some groups that had a lot to bring to the table, but brought it with arrogance and violence, and they were fought against. There were some groups that were inimically evil, and there are inimical evils in the society that we live in. And when those people were encountered, Kirk fought with them with all his heart, with all his soul, and with all his might. He used every trick he could think of, brainstormed tricks with his crew, and made uh, his stand. Um, in the movies, of course, when the hero makes a stand and pushes against evil, that the movie portrays, he he has have the hero's result. In the real world, when you stand against evil, a lot of times it doesn't happen that way. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't do it. To everybody who was a Star Trek fan, to everybody who saw uh, the possibilities of bringing technology to fruition and seeing it applied in order to make people's lives better, I salute you. I wish you to join. I wish you could join me in bringing that to the rest of the world. Live long and prosper.